What's up? What's good, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. That's crazy. I didn't think that I'd be on here in so many years. It's been so long. Oh my goodness. So I started doing YouTube probably back in like 2014. Probably before that. I'd say even like back in 2012 I was doing YouTube stuff with some of my friends. I've always had an interest in it. I don't intend this to be like a super crazy introductory video though. I really want to focus this video on this project and this thing that I built just because it means so much to me. And I really want to bring people along for the journey because I think it is relatable and it can really help a lot of people who like struggle with dealing with emotions like myself, who may need a little bit of extra help from people who also feel, you know? That's another thing. I'm going to talk a lot about feelings and such. So if you think you don't feel feelings, I mean, I could probably prove you wrong. I mean, everybody feels feelings. It's just how you respond to them. I remember telling some of my students that at one point. You can't change your emotions, but you can change how you react to them. And I feel like I learned a lot from that since I made that statement. I think that's true. But a lot of it is also experience, and the more experience that you have emotionally, the easier it is in the future to deal with more emotional stuff that goes on. For me, however, it gets hard because I am an empath, and I really try to feel for everybody who I'm with and such, and it makes it very hard because I end up over dedicating myself, like I did with this album that I wrote in a week, and then threw out and said, all right, here it is, this is it. I over poured myself into this album. This is what this is. It was a tough struggle. It was a struggle because I struggle with anxiety as well. And just posting about anything just makes it go up the roof, man. It always feels so much better though after I post it. But when I go to post things, immediately I'm always just like, oh my god, I don't want to post this. I don't want people to hear my shitty music. All right, let's talk about Wall. This is interesting. I expected to do a video talking about each individual song, so after this one I should have those up. If those are not up, you can punch me, call me out on Twitter, do whatever you want until I get those videos up because I need to put those up. I wrote Wall because I had to. Like I said, I wrote it in a week, and it was one of the craziest weeks of my life, even though I can't remember a lot of it. Mostly because it's a lot of sadness. You know, there's a lot of tension in at least the beginning of the album, and it's not easy to not address that. And I'll explain why it's like that. It's intentional. I wanted it to feel like there was a lot of distress going on in the beginning of the album that slowly gets resolved as time goes on, and I feel like it does work. A lot of people feel the emotions in Gray, the final song, which I'm really happy about. That so far is one of the favorites. It's very surprising. Some people that I figured would like a certain song end up liking a different song the most. Some of which I don't feel like matches their personality, but I just think that's interesting. I think it's really cool to hear what people like the most and how I can improve off of that. You know, if I focus on the things that I do right instead of the things that I do wrong, then I can improve. Positive reinforcement. Coffee. Coffee's positive reinforcement. Wall was written because it had to be written. There was no other way that I could deal with my emotions. And I do talk a lot about relationship issues. Wall was written to be a story between a guy and his girlfriend, and it's from the cis white male's perspective. So there's a lot of it's pretty naive at the beginning. The guy goes through so much tension just to understand what's happening and why what's happening is happening, and it's really getting to him. And this is the point in the relationship where this guy has to make a decision. He doesn't really decide, you know, in the album. It's a struggle. It's supposed to invoke an unending struggle, I feel, because even if this guy were to go and just dump somebody and then go on to someone else, he's probably going to experience these things again. experience these emotions and these feelings. In essence, it doesn't stop even if the relationship stops. I really wanted to invoke that this was an unending journey. I think that's something I really want to invoke in a lot of my stuff. Yeah, because it never really ends. The wall never will go away. The wall will always be there. It's just whether or not it stops you. Like I said, you can respond to your emotions. You can't control them. I'm not reading off of this. I have like notes, and I'm trying to make it seem like I'm smart, but my notes are like, I have like 3 points, like this is it, and then everything else just comes off the top of my head, and I keep referring to it, hoping that it's going to give me something, but then I just keep pulling from my brain again. It's great. Writing from the guy's perspective like this, I think it's pretty cool. It happens less. There's still a lot of sad boys out there, don't get me wrong, and this is very much a sad boy album. That being said, I feel like when you add a little bit of hope to sad songs, a little bit of drive, they can mean so much more. You know, because real life tries to teach you to power through your emotions. And I feel like whenever I add like a steady, strong kick to a sad song, that's kind of representing that. It's like, okay, yeah, shit's going bad, but you still gotta work at this beat. You still gotta go. There's nothing you can do. You gotta go. You gotta do it. You gotta hit the beats. You gotta dance. Even if you're sad, you gotta go. That's my optimism talking. I can be pretty optimistic sometimes. If you really know me though, and you know who I really am, I get very realistic at times and very skeptical. A lot of people are given this fake expectation of what a relationship should be. That really distorts like who we are as people. And wall is just a way to physically represent how two people can be different and want different things, but still love each other. I think I did that really well. I think I did that good. There are so many people in the world, and all of them grew up with so many different perspectives, and all of that attributes to our emotions through those experiences that I talked about at the beginning of the video. So that kind of just puts us all in a place where like we want our own paradise that is never going to match up with anybody else's paradise, and it's just how it is. Don't get me wrong though, I mean there are people who get lucky and are in good relationships, but it's becoming harder because it's different, you know? When I grew up, I had this ideology that I'd love someone and they would love me back because I love them. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. It's really sad when you find out that that's not true. And that's kind of why being an empath sucks. Because you want to really understand how everybody feels as an empath. It's not that I want it, it's just that I will automatically end up doing it. It just happens. And people will present me with information, and it can sometimes strike me so, it feels so obscure to me that some people can have an ideology that so adversely affects my own, that I get locked up and that I need to release all this energy that gets piled up on top of me. And this is not just energy that came from that. I'm sure a lot of the energy that I got to write this album came from like a bunch of other things that I was going through at the same time. Because that's usually how it is. Usually, like if your emotions will pack up. Doesn't matter if you're thinking about something that doesn't relate to what blew you up. It's gonna come out as emotion. It's gonna explode. And if you're a person who knows that you just have so much emotion to give and you haven't felt it in a long time, that probably means it's building up. Okay? So just be careful. Just be careful. Be smart. Your emotions can destroy people, just so you know. So, for my future, I really want to take being a musician a lot more seriously. And I really hope that you guys watching these videos and giving me your support can help me achieve some of these dreams that I have. Because I feel like I need to write music. I feel like I am literally doing myself a disservice if I do not do this. And it's really just all for making things that people want to listen to, you know? They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be great. I don't have to have a great voice. I'm trying. And I'm learning to control my voice a lot better. So there's that. And I do appreciate a lot of the feedback that you guys have been giving me. It's really great. I think it's fantastic. So keep giving it. It's great. And I'm gonna keep writing. I'm just gonna keep doing this. It's just how it's gonna end up being. And I'm really glad that I finally found a way to get myself pushed to start releasing some of this stuff. So yeah, you can probably check out the other videos. There'll be like end card links and links in the description for them. So check out those videos. And then if you're watching this on a weekday, I'm probably gonna be streaming tonight at around like 10 Eastern time. Pretty cool, right? On Twitch. Twitch link in description. I should be on. Come say hi. It'd be awesome to see some people. It'd be really cool. There's also other links to like the album, where it's going to be releasing and such. The whole album releases on April 14th. I'm not sure when this video is going to go up, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you for sharing these feelings with me. It rocks. Peace.